If you cared less, you would get more done. So, task paralysis is often a symptom of ADHD, but you don't have to have ADHD to have task paralysis. We often just have it. Like, we just don't want to do things, and all of us have this sensation at one point of our lives. And a lot of people are getting to the point where it's harder and harder to get yourself to do things. It feels overwhelming and you just kind of want to avoid. And then it starts to get really scary because you realize like you can't get yourself to do this. And then you're thinking like, well, when can I get myself to do this? And you go through this horrible stress cycle. Well, you don't have to do that, but the solution is a little bit strange. So the idea here is that for most of us, we're just assigning so much pressure to this. We're wanting it so much. We want to do a good job. We want to do the task. It's really important. And oftentimes it is. Like, typically, the more important the task, the more we avoid it. But if we can actually assign zero value to the action, if we can assign just a neutral value to this whole task, then typically we have a lot of control over our own behavior. And the reason we know this is because for most tasks that have neutral value, you can usually get yourself to do it. You can go take 1 spoon out of the dishwasher. You can fill 1 glass of water. Like, you can do these things. Most of us can do these things at least. And so it's because these tasks have literally no value to us. Like, we don't care. And if you were to approach your work tasks or your important life tasks with this neutrality, then you would also have this amount of control over yourself. The problem is that typically there's this inverse correlation, like where the more we want it, the less we're likely to do it if we suffer from task paralysis or some type of procrastination. And it's because usually it's that we have a really hard time regulating our emotions and our self-perceptions around this task. So our emotions is that we often feel bad when we're not doing well at the task. It's not going the way we thought it would. Maybe we think that this is going to take an intense amount of energy and that's stressful. Or maybe we think, okay, if I do this task a certain way, I'll think a certain way about myself. We just assign way too much value to it. And so if you actually practice trying to view your task with as much neutrality as possible, and even asking yourself, like, what if this didn't matter? What are the reasons it doesn't matter? And focusing your mind in that, then you'll have so much more behavioral control, because we just don't have a lot of control when we want something too much. And so if you can get yourself to view your tasks with the same level of neutrality as taking a spoon out of the dishwasher, then you will be able to do literally anything with your day.